All right, we are back on.
We're back.
Yeah, we were right before we went live tonight. This our particular page, our business page here, How to Make Love Work, decided to do some updates, and so it said, "Are you good with the updates?" I said yes. I'm not sure exactly what those updates were, but anyway, so we are on. Y'all come on in and let's you put an agave in it. Let's get ready for a very good conversation tonight. What up,
Hey,
Jessica? All the way from Texas.
I know.
Which city in Texas?
I don't remember. They're too far. I know that.
What up, Jessica? How are the babies, the kiddos, the husband, the furniture shopping?
Hey, Terry. You want to go check your copy?
Terry, what's going on?
Ooh, all right, everybody. It's Taco Tuesday. We don't have any tacos this evening, though. We never do. We got to do better. You guys had tacos to celebrate Taco Tuesday? I know some states are having their babies went back to school today. So happy first day of school to some of y'all babies. Our babies go back next week here in Florida, in Jacksonville. Hey, we miss you guys too so much. Oh my gosh, already. Jessica, we miss y'all. Terry, hey, we're so glad you're doing good, doing better. Just take it easy. So we got a good topic for you guys this evening. It is, why does heartbreak hurt so bad?
Terry, how did your procedure go?
She said it went well.
What up, Warren? We've never celebrated Taco Tuesday either.
We gotta do better, Warren.
What up, Patricia?
Yes, we have to do better.
What's up, Erica?
What's up? What's up? But yes, our topic tonight is, why does heartbreak hurt so bad? If you got any answers for that question, just go ahead and hit us up in the comments. Let us know what you think or how you feel heartbreaks hurt so bad.
So with a hand emoji, let me see those of you who've had to experience a heartbreak. I'm talking about relationships, not anything else but relationships. Not a loved one.
Couples relationship.
Yeah, a relationship with a hand emoji.
Yeah, I know. Hey, Marcellus.
What's up, Marcellus?
Yeah.
We make it hurt because we dwell on it.
We make it hurt because we dwell on it.
Terry said she's been hurt. Jessica's been hurt. Jessica, who hurt you? I know Curtis ain't hurt you.
Not Curtis.
But Curtis too?
Curtis he's probably experienced heartbreak.
No, he's probably caused some
you think
heartbreak.
He caused some heartbreak?
I'm saying you in a relationship. I mean, it just happens. What up, Marcellus?
You're right.
And Jessica has caused some heartbreak as well. So 2 hand emojis if you've caused heartbreak.
Oh, no, I did. I know.
You've caused some heartbreaks?
Yeah. Heartbreak kid over here. I wasn't a virgin when I met Curtis. Well.
All right. So heartbreak.
Okay, then.
Breaks into song. Why does it hurt
so bad? That's that phone. I was thinking that too.
Who's that?
Whitney Houston.
Why does it feel
so sad?
Yeah.
Thought I was
give me I never felt it or been in love too.
Oh, to have heartbreak. He's never really felt.
So you've never felt heartbreak.
You've been saved.
Or never been in love in order to feel heartbreak. How did you? So Marcellus is 20-something, 30-something. No, Marcellus is 30-something.
I think so.
So how have you been able to escape heartbreak?
I know.
Now you the one started talking, so I'm talking back at you. How have you been able to escape heartbreak? And Marcellus has like 8 kids, right? Mm-hmm. You got like 8 children.
Leave him alone. No, you don't. He's
got like
37.
37. He's got like 8 children. and you've never experienced heartbreak. So explain that. So for somebody who has experienced heartbreak, help Marcellus to understand what heartbreak is. What does heartbreak feel like? Yeah. He says he's not experienced heartbreak for not opening up to a woman. Not opening up to a woman. So what does that mean? That so you've just Jessica said you've not met the right one. So you've not opened up to a woman before your relationship now. Does that mean you've only been physical with them? So now you're bringing some stuff up because I'm gonna help you out. Because even if you've only been physical with them, actually because you've been physical with them, you've included your heart in it. I'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So somebody help him out. Why does it look so dark to me? What does that feel like? Heartbreak. What does it feel like?
I mean, it aches. Your heart hurts. Your stomach has knots in it.
Erica says, hit it, quit it, and dipped. So Erica, have you experienced heartbreak before?
Oh Lord. Yeah, heartbreak, it hurts. It's a tearing away. It's a pulling apart. It's a ripping. It's
of what?
Of your heart. Of a relationship. Of a
story
connection.
Time.
Story time. Yeah, connection.
Let's hear your story.
My heart been broke before.
Oh, now your heart. You just raised up both your hands.
I said I broke hard.
So you've never had a heartbreak before?
I mean, I would say that. I broke it off and I still was heartbroken.
So, story time.
So, okay, so chat is
if you want to. What up, Tiffany? Tiffany say, let me get in here and see what the heck Marcellus is saying. All right, maybe it could have been saying or staying in a familiar space and not experiencing a different love language to know the difference, if that makes sense. Oh, so this is what a heartbreak feels like.
That's what she's saying.
All right, so I'm read it again. So this is what a heartbreak feels like according to Tiffany. It says, maybe it could have been staying in a familiar space and not experiencing a different love language to know the difference, that if that makes sense. All right. Terry says it's like crying all day. That's what somebody talk about it for real. Terry says like crying all day. All right, bet. You working on your story time? You get nervous and you start nutting up, as y'all say every time we put you on story time.
Mrs. Sophia.
All right. What up, Joe?
Hey, Joe.
So we're talking about heartbreak. I want to know, what does heartbreak feel like to y'all? Tiffany says, I've experienced it many times because I love hard and I have a big heart. So for me, now it's a challenge to accept the love I've been praying for. Because heartbreak can cause you, I'm adding to what Tiffany said, heartbreak can cause you to create walls.
And guards. That's true.
And then the very thing you ask for after the 9th heartbreak comes, and it's like you don't know how to accept it, freely accept it. Erica says, but of course, it feels literally like what it says. Your heart is breaking.
You feel terribly sad, heavy, like you said, you don't want to eat, you don't want to sleep, or you can't sleep. You're sad, you're anxious, you're worrying, and it's just a sea of emotions. Some people fall into deep depression because of it, because that person is no longer connected to them daily. They are, they feel as if their world has ended. Everything is shattered. Now what do I do on a day-to-day basis besides get up and go to work or just wake up, period? I don't want to do that. What do I do?
So Joe says, Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
All right, so are we going with story time with you?
So for me...
Or no, you don't have to go. I'm not forcing you to talk if you don't want to actually tell us.
So I'm good. Story time for me. I remember being in a relationship where I thought it was okay. It's a little bit of an adult relationship. So I'm like, okay, we could do this. Okay. And then it started getting a little too...
I'm sorry.
I was in a relationship, but I felt like it's a big girl relationship. I'm an adult now. I'm in college. And it was still childish. And then so in the end, when we ended up breaking up, I was hurt. I think I was just embarrassed more so than hurt. And then just sitting there having to, go day by day with ignoring phone calls and ignoring feelings to reach out and contact that person. It was just hard. It's just hard. And I'm by myself now for real because I don't have my family up here with me. So all of that was just really, I mean, it was sad. And then I remember my first heartbreak. That was high school. I broke it off. And then I thought I was, what's her name? Vivica Fox and Two Can Play That Game. So I went the Two Can Play That Game route, and it just did not go the way.
What does that mean? What'd you do?
I tried to get back at him by dating somebody he knew. And then that backfired.
How?
Because I broke up with that guy. I was like, listen, this is not gonna work because I don't really like you like that, and it's not really doing what I thought it was gonna do.
So why did you do that? What
led me to do that was because the guy that I was dating decided to date his best friend. I wasn't having sex in high school. I was a virgin, and so because I wasn't giving it up, he got it from other people, and a person that was supposed to be his best friend, he ended up getting it from her. And she ended up bragging and telling my closest friends. And so I'm thinking I can get him back. And yeah, it's just, we were not grown.
You mean get him back?
Hurt
win him back?
Not win him back, hurt him. I can hurt him. Just
but
like
you wanted to win him back, right?
Yeah, that's why I said it was just childish stuff we weren't
right, get that.
Playing
but you're trying to figure out the story. You wanted to win him back.
First, I wanted to hurt him. You hurt me, I'm going to hurt you back.
Right.
And then I wanted to win him back. So I'm like, I got to break up with this guy and let him know, like, this is not going to work. I want to make him jealous, and it's not working. And I'm not into you. Let's stop. And the guy was, he was upset, but he understood because I didn't like you like that.
So the other guy...
Once we talked about it, of course he was like, I can't get back with you. Like, right. I mean, because he was embarrassed. Because I dated somebody he knew. To try to hurt him.
But he was having sex with his best friend.
It didn't matter.
And you felt bad? That he felt bad that you had dated somebody else? Mm-hmm. So he manipulated you the whole while?
The whole while.
So you wouldn't give it up, so he's going to get it from somebody else, violation. Mm-hmm. And you went and dated somebody else to get back at him, and he comes back to you and pretty much says, I'm not giving his ass up. No. You lost out.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And you feel bad.
And I felt bad, like, oh my God, like, dang, I messed this up. I shouldn't have did that. And of course that it took some growing and some
growing to understand. He flipped you and diced you and tossed you around like a bird.
Yeah.
And yet you still wanted him.
Yep.
Thus the heartbreak.
And look.
Good, glad you ended up with me. So glad you ended up with me. Somebody say, won't he do it?
Oh,
won't he do it?
He thought that's a lot. Dang.
Won't he do it?
Yeah, the way he lay it on thick, don't he?
Love will make you a fool.
Love will make a fool out of you. You right, Joe.
Lord have me. Now listen. I've never heard this story that clear like that. Now I understand it. She probably done painted it a whole nother different way.
Me?
Before, but now I totally understand this.
Just girl, I don't care about this. This fool him. He did it.
So Joe says that love,
no, why you
heartbreak. You can't eat, can't sleep. It's the worst pain ever. I totally agree. What's up, Carissa? What up?
Hey.
All right, so let's see what else. Erica says, can't fight or stop the tears. Can't fight the tears or stop the tears. Sometimes can't control your fingers from calling, texting afterwards. A loss of appetite. Don't want to go be around nobody. Watching old rom-coms.
Romantic comedies.
Oh, okay. And sad movies that you know gonna make you cry just to try to get it out of your system faster, child. She says, I too am one who loves hard and with everything I got. I've only ever put up walls against those that have hurt me. I've never been so hurt that I closed off completely from love just from that person. So you've not closed off completely from Experiencing love from somebody else.
Right.
All right. Okay, got it.
Who hurt your heart, Pastor J? The
Who
people
hurt my
want to
heart,
know.
Pastor J?
The people want to know.
I don't. What's up, Nicole?
Hey, Nicole.
I don't think I've ever had my heart broken by a guy.
Oh, my
Then
God.
who have you had your heart broken by, Nicole? You specified guy. Who have you had your heart broken by? All right, so Heartbreak. This is the Heartbreak Hotel.
Oh, that's it. Sorry.
So yeah, I've had my heart broken for sure. I remember. Do you remember?
Okay, this is night full of
songs,
R&B.
right? What up, Marcella?
Heartbreak
Marcella?
goes along with R&B.
Yeah, Marcella, have you had your heart broken before?
Parents. Okay, that's a different type of heartbreak.
Yeah, that's a different type of heartbreak. Nicole, so you've never had your heart broken by in a relationship at all. That's interesting. All right. So my heartbreak. So let me just say what it feels like. Heartbreak feels like everything everybody said, and it feels like you don't want to go on. It feels like a rush of insecurities. It feels like you are inadequate. It's a rush of jealousy. It's it causes everything around you to be pale. Like you don't, like they said, loss of appetite, loss of this, loss of that. It's like you don't want to do anything. People may invite you out. Hey, let's go bowling, get your mind off of it. Let's go to the movies, get your mind off of it. And there's nothing that gets your mind off of it because everything reminds you of it. And an hour for you when you're in that heartbreak feels like 3 days.
Okay.
Because it's like, dang, they ain't called me, they ain't text me in a whole hour.
You really ignore me? Like, where's my worth?
It's like, that feels like 3 days for you.
Oh, Lord, we're in the cell phone text stage, too. Imagine when we had just regular landlines and house phones. Oh, my God.
That was worse.
What? Don't let nobody be on the phone.
That was worse.
A sibling on the phone, because when you expecting somebody else to call, if they call, they can't get through. They get a busy if you ain't have a 3-way.
You mean call it? Yeah, 3-way. But then even if you did, they may or may not click over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But anyway,
Lord,
that's what heartbreak feels like. So for me, I remember when, let me see, it's a few of them. I remember when, I'll talk about my daughter's mother. When we were together.
Wait, how many heartbreaks have you had?
I've had a few, I guess. I've had a few.
Love made a fool out of you. Wow.
Not like it did you.
Okay. I was out there.
So I remember it was crazy because her and I were both experiencing heartbreak at the very same time. Because I remember when we had see, my heartbreaks are in this situation were dramatic. Wherein we were not supposed to be talking to one another. We had decided we're not talking to one another, and the courts did too. And so we weren't supposed to talk to one another. And then all of a sudden, probably after like 2 weeks, which was a long time, I had been in a relationship with her about 2 years. And 2 weeks was a long, we see each other every day. 2 weeks was a long time. All of a sudden, I get a phone call. And this is landlines. I didn't have cell phone, that type of stuff. It was landline. I get a phone call. And all I hear on the other end is nobody says anything. It's just R. Kelly, If I Could Turn Back the Hands of Time. What are you laughing about? It's on what?
I'm just laughing.
Oh. And so that's on the other end, her saying that to me. Po churchy me, I had never heard this song. So I'm listening to the words, if I could turn back the hands of time and all this. Yeah, you'd always be mine. And I don't care what y'all say, that R. Kelly was singing. And so I'm on the other end listening to this, and I'm crying and bawling out.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I didn't know you cried. Oh, okay, go ahead.
Why you think they love me so like I do? Like they do.
Please, get up here.
So anyway, so here's what my heartbreak looked like. My heartbreak looked like me showing up to her apartment like 11 o'clock at night, because I thought somebody was over there, and somebody was over there. And so me lurking, knocking on the windows because she wouldn't open the door. That's what my heartbreak looked like. My heartbreak looked like I used my baby as a pawn. Like, my baby in there, you ain't gonna have my daughter. My daughter couldn't have been no more than, I don't know, a few months old. You ain't gonna have my daughter in there. And so my heartbreak looked like me kicking the door in, and a 6'4", 300-pound giant on the other side of the door waiting on me. And when I I kicked that door in, that's what heartbreak looked like, man. I kicked that door in, he was on the other side of that door, and to me, he was a stick man, because I didn't get nothing about no 6 pound military man. 6'5", 6'4", 300-pound military man standing there, black as night. He was a stick man to me, and he was as scared of me as I was as jealous of him.
What's up, Walt Diesel?
What up, Walt? What up, Gene? What up, Cedric? So that's what heartbreak looked like for me. Heartbreak looked like for me. I learned a love for painting when I was heartbroken, because I was depressed, and I needed to do something to keep moving. I knew that depression for me, when I was heartbroken, meant that if I didn't keep moving, I was going to be so inundated with what's happening over there, trying to call, not call, why I hadn't gotten a call, did somebody call, you know what I mean? And so so I would learn how to, I was painting, and so I would paint. I was painting the house here. I was having my mama paint, it was happening in the church, and I would realize that that's when I realized it, that if I were an angel, if I was painting, although I loved painting, but it's probably I was depressed, because it caused me to I don't know, it gave me an escape. So heartbreak is a nigga.
Yeah, it will drain you. And I saw
Marquita's heartbreak was so pristine and conservative.
How?
But yeah, whatever.
Well, please.
He did make a fool out of you, but you act like you.
You made a fool out of it, and you kicking doors down and what? Because somebody don't like you, and then they told you,
because they don't like you?
If I could turn back the hands of time, you'll be mine. But I got a whole nigga over here.
But I bet you ain't nobody saying nothing to you.
I got a lot of songs, because that dude was a singer. And we're moving.
Oh, he was a singer singing to her.
Not to her.
Because she was bending over.
Yeah, I wasn't finna do that.
Oh, so not to her? So he was singing to somebody else too?
Probably.
Jesus Christ.
Hell.
And you still wanted him?
I'm not ashamed.
That you still wanted him?
I'm not ashamed. I was young and dumb.
This is what heartbreak looks like.
Young and dumb. Y'all stories are helpful. Okay, wait. I can't see it.
Oh. So, all right.
Anyhow, what was I saying, Charles?
All right, sad for a moment, but I always had a filler that didn't allow me to be that hurt. That's another situation. I never got attached to one person, not even my ex-husband. The marriage was for the kids. Next guy I dated, I found him butt naked with a woman in his bed, and I chilled until she left. Talked it out and went to lunch with a filler. I just expected me to do those things. Now, my current relationship, I would be crushed if he cheated or left. The question is, Nicole, do you still have a filler?
Dun, dun, dun. Oh, my goodness.
So having a filler is your way of running from heartbreak.
Yes.
If you kept having a filler, it's because you were running from heartbreak. Mm-hmm. You don't run from heartbreak if you've never experienced it. So I need you to go within to figure out where that heartbreak started from. Because you don't have a filler if you've never had a heartbreak. Because when you get into a relationship and you go all in, you are wide open. I mean, you wide open and vulnerable. They can have everything. They are the world for you. There is no filler. So if you had a filler, that means that there was something you were running from, a heartbreak that you were running from that you need to go back in to figure out.
I mean, she was trying to keep herself occupied. Okay, I don't have time to be, having no heartbreak and having no crisis over here with this dude. I'm on to the next one.
Exactly.
That was, I'm gonna protect my heart. Those were her walls. That filler was her guard.
Thank you, Carissa. Carissa said he was singing to the other woman because she was bending over.
She repeated what you said.
Oh.
But like Joe said, it is
Marcella
a
said,
war.
open like a mug, nose open like a mug. When you're in a relationship.
Boy, let me say what I was saying. Your brain, your brains and your emotions are warring on the inside.
Oh, wait, I didn't see that.
Yeah, because you're talking too damn much. Excuse me.
No, don't get mad at us.
Excuse me.
Because you was everybody plays the fool.
Yes.
Sometimes.
So, like he said.
No exceptions to the rule.
Stop, Jerry.
Listen, baby.
Like Joe said, your brain.
Stop!
Your brain and your emotions are warring on the inside. You know what you should do, and you know what you shouldn't be doing.
I'm sorry.
You know what you should do, you know what you shouldn't be doing. Then again, your emotions are tugging on you, saying, do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that. And that is a hard space to be in. And sometimes some people be calling everybody, and then, trying to get other people's opinions or just get somebody to build up the courage, help you build up the courage to do it.
Yeah.
Or to not do it. Because sometimes we act a fool. Like lurking in people's windows, knocking on the doors 11, 12 o'clock at night, kicking doors in and crazy stuff like that. Flattening tires. My mama put sugar in somebody's tank before.
Marquita won't tell. She tell everybody else though. She ain't gonna tell what her heartbreak looked like.
I already said.
You said what he did.
I said what it is.
Let's go.
Crying. And the whole phone situation because I can't call nobody.
That was the only heartbreak you had?
That was the most traumatic heartbreak. Yeah.
You had no heartbreak after that?
Not really.
In college?
Even when I was in college,
was high school.
That was high school. But even when I was in college, I was sad, but it wasn't like heartbreak. It wasn't like that. No.
All right. Okay. I'm late, but definitely have been heartbroken before.
You missing
Absolutely.
some comments?
What's up, Chantel? Somebody else is on here. Rondon. What up, man?
Hi, Rondon.
All right, bet. All right, so, yeah. Oh, so Cedric says, hell, heartbreak looks like 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, and cheese, 2 cinnamon rolls from Whataburger, half dozen of donuts from Krispy Kreme, oxtails from the Bistro, and the ocean water from Sonic's.
Oh, so some people stress eat.
Yeah,
they do that. They stress eat. They just eat until they make themselves sick.
Now, the question is, why? Nah, she just get angry and even. So she's talking about you. In your heartbreak, you just get angry and even. Which is still a sign. Heartbreak don't need to always
I'm not ashamed.
Be sad. So that's what we're asking. What does heartbreak look like you?
That's my cousin.
She signs?
Yeah.
So how do I sign?
Just say hi.
You gotta make sure she knows we're signing to her.
Okay, so hi, and then you do Q. Hey, Quisha.
All right. So yeah. So
Joe said that's a heart attack.
Yeah, it's a heart attack. So what does
she liking it?
That's not her. That hurts us. So heartbreak is anger.
Yes, anger, frustration, rage. It can be rage and wrath.
It's a filler.
It's embarrassment. Yeah, it can be a filler. Run to the next person, so that you don't have that. Like I can move on. I'm not dwelling on this, and it's you just doing anything to try to. Some people want to wallow in it, but most people do anything to try to cure it, to try to stop the pain. And it's not. Some people say it's not physical pain, but it can feel like physical pain.
It can, yeah. Heartbreak is also like for me. Heartbreak looked like for me was not willing to let go. That's what heartbreak has looked like for me. Is anybody else in that? Now I'm going to answer the question, why does it hurt so bad? Y'all can help me out. But I know for me, heartbreak has also looked like not being willing to let go, which was obviously Marquita's situation, because the boy was just dumping crap all over her and she wasn't willing to let go. So why does heartbreak hurt so bad? Why does it
And
hurt?
you say, kill him.
So so yeah. So why does heartbreak hurt so bad?
Twin. Because you're not willing. Some people are not willing to let go. Some people don't want to let go and have to let go, need to let go. And so, I mean, if it's ending, something is ending. It's like a death, a traumatic death. It's ending. That's the end of it. Ain't no more life in it.
Right, exactly. All right, so Nicole says, "Nope, I don't have a filler. That's why I probably would be crushed. I'm all in with my husband, but my nose not open. I'm the oldest girl raised in the house with 5 boys, 4 who were older. I saw firsthand how niggas were. I saw how those girls just act crazy, crying, screaming, just stupid. One of my brothers dated best friends. Another has a girl tried to commit suicide when he left. I just wasn't on that. I faked a heartbreak before. I was just trying to feel normal."
Wow.
All right. Nicole, we gotta talk. Like you gotta come and schedule with us, because I need to
He knows it.
yeah, I'm not really.
Hold on now. Go ahead.
I need to dig into some of this some of what's going on here.
Yeah.
But that's a very interesting, especially the oldest of 5 boys. Okay.
Ooh.
Go ahead. Carissa says, "Well, I think heartbreak hurts bad because we give a part of us that only belongs to God. We give a part of us away that
What
only..."
part? What do you mean by that?
Yeah. So, all right. Anybody else before I chime in as to why does heartbreak hurt so bad? What you say?
I mean, like I said before, I think it's
Nicole,
it's
first off, thank you for
sharing.
for
Yes.
sharing.
It's a ripping. It's a heart wrenching, just horrible feeling. I mean, it's like I said, it's like a death. Like, this is the end of something that won't be revived, and they're gonna move on. You got that fear that they're gonna find somebody better than me, or I'm gonna never find somebody like that person, or you know, it's just so many emotions and so many thoughts go through your head. And then what Nicole was saying, how some of these women, they don't recover from it, or even some guys, they don't recover from it because they can only see themselves with that person and our lives going this way. And when something comes in to cloud that or shatter it, it's like, what do I do now? Their world stops.
Yeah.
They put too much stock in the other person.
All right. They put a lot of stock. I'm going to say too much, but a lot of stock. Because if that's who you're supposed to be with, then it's not too much, never too much.
Cedric says it hurts due to unresolved expectations and anticipations. Angela says, I say it hurts so bad because you've given so much just to have someone betray you. I love hard. So Carissa said, we give our soul to people we love, and that's not true love. That is not
I don't know why
true
Carissa
love.
always makes me want to debate back with her. So here we go. So when one of the reasons that heartbreak hurts so bad is because, just like Carissa said, you don't give away your soul, but you invite a person into your soul, which is soul ties. And soul ties are easily done when you are sexually active with a person, but soul ties, that's soul ties. So when like your situation, it goes back to what Cedric said. It's the anticipations and the expectations.
That's true.
And the willingness to be so vulnerable with the person, where you lay your open heart to them. I mean, that open beating heart to them out out there, and you do that because of the expectation that they will never hurt me, they will never do anything, and they have all of me. And see, here's also the thing with that in Marquita's situation. Although she was in high school and would not have sex with the guy, but in her mind, we will. I just don't want to have it now.
That's the anticipation. Like, this is the only guy that I will ever be with.
Right. And so in essence, in Marquita's situation and others, she's already given him her body. And perhaps some other little high school touching and going on was going on. But either way, it was in her mind and in her heart, in her emotions, that's what a heart is, emotions, that she had already given him her body. And giving him her body was giving him her all, her trust, her respect, her honor, her very essence and flower. And so for someone to betray that or treat it like a menu, right? No, I don't want this order, take it back and give me this order, and or either take the onions off, or whatever the case may be. After you've given them all of this, and then just kind of treat it like an order that a package that came damaged or bad. Like, I don't want this package, send it back, and so that becomes devastating. The other part of it is the soul ties part, because when you are sexually active with a person, you intertwine with their soul. So, I mean, maybe you all know this, and I'll share this just for the sake of those who don't know. You cannot be any closer to a person, best friend or a husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, you cannot be physically closer to a person than when you're having sex. Because the intercourse, you're not near them, you are in them.
Right, it's a connection.
So you cannot be physically closer to any person than when you're actually having intercourse. And when you have intercourse, here's the whole other side of this, a spiritual side, not necessarily, I don't want to go into Jesus and God and all that. But the spiritual side of that is that when you enter into a person, now honestly, this is for the heterosexual relationships or the homosexual relationships. When a man enters into a woman, he has to pass the hymen. And when he passes that hymen is the blood seal, right? And so when he enters into her blood seal, he's entering into her soul in essence. And now blood and fluids and all that are now intertwined. And now he has his blood on you, and even in his even with his genital, whether it's condom or not, it's passing that blood. Especially if it's not condom, then that genital is open at the end of it, and so blood is being crossed, even if it's not in a menstrual situation. Bodily fluids where blood is being where the bloodline is. The hymen, where the bloodline is being crossed. Now you're entering into her her soul.
They teaching, they
right?
teach.
You're entering into her soul. And now her soul is now all over you, and you are have given her all of you. The way that a man's genital is erect is because blood has to flow there.
Come on, teach.
And so the blood that he has is, and really, just like the comedians, I forget what the comedian was, but when if you do your research, when a man is erect, that blood is coming from somewhere in his body. And so wherever that blood, there's a shortage of blood somewhere else in his body.
There's a shortage. Which
is probably why we be getting these Charlie horses and these cramps in the back of our thighs, because when he is erect, he has pulled that blood from somewhere that it was going, and now it is all in that one particular area, which is why it is anyway.
Go ahead now.
Yeah, and
Go ahead. Teach us.
You should have been clapping when you was in high school and asked me to teach you then.
I know you.
And so now this is
me down.
So the hymen, and then in his erectness, all of his blood is in that same area. So this becomes a blood fight. And it's a blood fight that is pleasurable. Mm-hmm. It's a blood fight that not only is
a blood fight.
Yeah. And not only is it's a soul fight in essence, but this soul fight is pleasurable. This soul fight requires your entire body. Mm-hmm. It requires all of your senses. It pulls at everything that you are, right? And so, and then you say, I don't want you no more. Cool, fine. Now, please explain how that's the same with same-sex relationship. Oh, okay. So, Joe would ask. So, because with same thing with a woman to woman, we're in the same thing. Once you go to playing with them kitty cats and all that, them kitty cats have is the same hymen and blood interests. With the male to male, which is why which is why in the 80s the HIV was so prevalent in men that were gay, because when they enter into a man's rectum, that is a very anus, mm-hmm. Not rectum, anus. Okay, what's the difference? Rectum sounds so. Don't whisper.
Because rectum sounds so doggone scientific, so doctory. Anus.
Well, that's why I'm saying it.
Okay, go ahead. Rectum. Mm-hmm.
So there is a bloodline. There is a very prominent bloodline that flows there, which is because when you there's a prominent bloodline that flows down to that area, and that skin there is very thin, mm-hmm. and sensitive, and little friction in that area can tear that skin and mm-hmm. open up to that bloodline. Mm-hmm. And so so that hole is actually surrounded by blood. It's surrounded by blood. And so there again, you got the erectness of one of the men going into the hole that's surrounded by blood. And
body fluids.
Right. And I would hope that
they talking about don't whisper.
Yeah, I hope Joe wouldn't ask me that. Joe, why you had to ask me that? I don't even want to talk about all that. But anyway, that is what it is. And so the issue, and then so the thing about that's why you can't be so judgmental about a man and a man, because when you start crossing those lines like that, then you cross souls, and that's why they be attached, because they are that same connection mm-hmm. is there with them that it is with a man and a woman, because they start crossing these things. Mm-hmm. And so that love connection, or that heart tie, mm-hmm. whether it's love or not, y'all, it depends on how you think about it, but that heart tie is there. It's just there. Mm-hmm. All right. Whew. So when you do that, you that soul, now the last part of that soul tie, mm-hmm. it is tied together, knotted together. Once you know, blood, if you get blood on clothes, blood on carpet, blood on anything, it is a stain that for the most part, most products cannot get out. Oh. And so when you cross, that's why when people used to say, let's pinky swear, and they cut their fingers, whatever, and they blood brothers, whatever, they suck blood.
They cut their hand.
Right, and they connect blood, because you can't separate it. And it's a permanent stain on you. And so when you have intercourse with a person, you're stained with them, and their soul is tied to your tail.
That's so true, because when you, I felt that, Cedric, the blood still works. But I felt, but that's so true, because you start.
You should have been that churchy when he was. No, I'm doing.
What?
I'm talking
so,
kiss. Give me good. Mm-hmm.
So.
Because I'm here now. I am here now.
That's true. And a lot of times when we get to that point where we, you when you're upset with that person, you feel so disgusted, you want to just try to wash them off and, bathe them off and all that. But you can't really do that because, y'all body fluids stuff mixed together.
Right. And so now that... So what does Cedric say? Oh, Cedric going on, ain't he?
I thought you here for the sheets.
Right. So you're saying, what'd she say?
Sharing bodily fluid is soul tying.
Yeah, because you're not just sharing bodily fluid. No, not what I'm saying, Carissa.
No, because that could be slob.
Yeah. Right. So, but that intercourse is during intercourse, yes, because yes, you are crossing that blood covenant. Yes. So let me answer that correctly. I'm not just talking about bodily fluid and kissing and all that, but when you have intercourse with a person, you enter into them. You enter into them, and whatever they are, it flows all the way through them. All right. So with that, soul ties. Yes, soul ties are there, and you start dealing with. So here's the science behind it, or the spiritual part behind it. You start dealing with the same stuff that they're dealing with because now you're entering into their soul. It's so yeah. So it's a whole nother spiritual, and I'm trying not to be so churchy, but a whole nother spiritual side of that, because now here's the churchy part of it. The Bible says that our spirit is what is saved, our soul is what is not. And even if you're not spiritual, the Bible teaches that Jesus comes to heal the soul. Oh. Why does he heal the soul? Because the soul is what is corrupt. It's the soul. We need healing for our soul, not for our spirit. And so with that, when you enter into a person, which is the will, the mind, the emotions, that is what the soul is. So when you enter into that person, physically intercourse into that person, you are now entering and connecting with their corrupt soul. So all the stuff they're dealing with, now you're dealing with. And all the stuff that you're dealing with now, they were dealing with, now you're dealing with, because you have decided to become one with them. When you have sex with a person, it's not just me bumping uglies with you. We are now one. We are one.
That's why they say, don't do all that before marriage, because it runs deep.
And you talking about, well, it's just a sneaky link where you have become one with them, and now you become one with them and all the other 25 people that you still carrying with them, because they are also one with you. To not get married, not have sex before marriage was not just the church or religious thing to do, and the saintly, oh, you're so pure if you do that. It's because there's stuff behind it. It's not just, well, thou shalt not. No, because now you're carrying all these folk, and perhaps you didn't cuss before you got with this person, and you long gone from that person, but you still got this cussing thing on you.
And they say, stuff like, oh, he just rubbing off on me. That's how they, she rubbed off on me.
That's what that means.
Just a light. It's
right.
Like, what
that's
you
what that
think
means.
Is happening?
Because you become one with that person, and then you become one. And if I'm one, I got this one finger. It's one. It's not two. How many is this? This is one. If I split this thing gonna bleed almost to death. If I cut it in half, or if I split it down the middle, it's going to bleed nearly to death. And the only way to heal this, there's two ways, is to either amputate it or put it back together. Other than that, you lose it.
Yes, you lose it.
So you got a couple of options. You amputate it. I guess you got three. You amputate it. You completely lose it altogether. Or you take that other...
That's amputating, isn't it?
Amputate.
Oh, you just cut off a portion.
Yeah, cut off a portion. Or you lose it altogether, and then you got... it's not even there any longer. Or you take the two parts and put it back together as one. Because it's a complete split, wherein can end up in a bleed out. So do you know why heartbreak hurts so bad? Because you're splitting something that is one. Exactly. Yes.
Cut them off and heal.
So you're splitting something that is one. And because you decided it's fun knocking boots with this person, and you're become one with them. And even if it wasn't just a fun, sneaky link, even if you were actually in a full-fledged relationship with them, and even if you didn't have relations with them, but like in Marquita's situation where we've all been there, that's the one situation. But anyway, Marquita's situation, we've all been there where you've actually given them your heart, your soul, your mind, in your heart, because whatever you actually physically do, it doesn't start in the physical. Whatever you actually physically do, it starts in the heart. The heart is not the muscle. It starts in the mind. Once it's in the mind, your body will follow eventually. And so some of us have not actually been physically connected with them physically, but we've done it in the heart. And so our soul is yearning after them now because we've already done it in the heart.
Right.
That's why they say women, when they cheat, is totally different than men, because men, they think it's just the physical. And that's why you say, well, let me go here first. So I don't do two things. But women, they have cheated or given themselves away in her heart first. Before she becomes physical with you. And then she's coming physical with you because she's already in her heart has already done so. And so that's why heartbreaks hurt so bad, because it's a tearing away of your heart, of your oneness, and the person that you wanted to be one with, or the person you didn't want to be one with, but you decided that you are one with, or whatever the case may be, fate decided or whatever, you're one with them. And so to tear that apart it hurts like hell.
It's a devastating thing.
Which is what, I'm going to go to what everybody said, which is what Joe said. Go ahead and break so you can heal.
Yep.
And when you break so you can heal, especially if you're deciding to get married again, or you're deciding to marry after after a string of relationships, you need to heal. I'm not saying you need to get yourself together. I'm going to get me together first. I want to be whole first. I'm not talking about that. Just heal and cleanse your heart.
We do say that. Now I'm not going to knock you building your stamina, your strength back up, trying to get your head level so that you can think clearly, make clear decisions. That's good. But some people take it a little too far to the extreme with the whole, get myself together thing.
Pastor Nesbitt, what's good, brother?
Hello.
Nesbitt is on. All right. Hey, man, I'm glad you came on to hang out with us for a little bit. All right. So let's see where we are.
He was responding to the words.
Oh. All right. So, yeah. So it goes back to, thank you, Terry. It goes back to, it goes back to the soul ties. It goes back to what Joe said. Break so you can heal.
Yeah. Break so you can heal.
But that's why heart breaks, because it's a death. It's a death. Why does heartbreak? I want to make sure, maybe I can have a clear line in here. Why does heartbreak hurt so bad? Because it is a death. It's a soul death. And if you've ever experienced a death of a loved one, then you know a death causes one to have to go through a grieving process.
I'm going to say all of the different stages, yeah.
Anger, denial, which is me showing up to the house or to the apartment 11 o'clock at night. That was denial. Anger, what else? Depression.
What's the 5 stages of grief?
It's anger, it's denial, it's depression, it's acceptance, and it's another one in there.
All of
Oh, it's I think it's bargaining.
Yes.
Yes, bargaining. What? Oh.
He is so. Oh my God.
And so
break so you can heal. It's not.
Yeah. And so that's why, we don't often, that's why heartbreak hurts so bad, because for one, we don't even look at it as a death, but it is. It's a death, and we don't know that we are going through that we need to go through these stages.
Nicole say heartbreak. I don't want it.
I don't either. Yeah, I don't either. It's not nothing. It's not nothing. And then and well, if you've ever been divorced, let me see your hand with a hand emoji, because I have been told that, and we've counseled a number of people, of couples that have been divorced.
Yeah.
And all have shared. Matter of fact, talking to one now, who just lost her mother, and that was devastating to her. I mean, it was out of the blue, and she just didn't know she could continue to go on. But then her and her husband are not in a good place right now, and they are on the edge of divorce. And she says, this is something I never knew. This is a hurt she never knew she could go through. There are some people who are homeless and on the side of the road and living under bridges, because they could not bounce back from a heartbreak.
Yep.
See, there ain't no heartbreak. We pushing P.
That's Marcella.
I know. Marcella, have you ever been heartbroken?
Yeah, my baby been heartbroken.
What about the benefits of healing from heartbreak?
The
lessons.
Woo! Oh. Don't fool with that no more. That's one.
Yeah. All right. So what's our time? I can't see.
It's 9:30.
Oh!
We gotta give him something.
That's a whole nother. That's a whole nother lesson, Joe. That's why I asked it, because I'm like, that's a whole nother live. What about the benefits of healing from a heartbreak? So
that down, Joe.
The benefits of healing from a heartbreak is this. You not gonna bump heads with me?
Oh, period.
This is the benefit of healing from a heartbreak.
Heavy on the period.
Right?
Yeah, definitely.
Joe and Chantel is the benefit of healing from a heartbreak. Now let me tell you, even even Marquita and I, we've broken one another's hearts. I mean, I guess we're not talking about that, but yeah, it's true that we have broken one another's heart.
Especially with the whole unrealistic expectations. I mean, that can be a rude awakening for a married couple or a couple that's been together for X amount of years. That's a rude awakening. Like, this joke is not. Oh, I can't believe you did this. I can't believe you said that. Or, you're not supposed to do this to me. You're not supposed to cause this. You're supposed to be like this. Those unrealistic expectations can feel like heartbreak. They can hurt. And then some people be like, I'm stuck. I done married you and this is what you are. This is what you do. And they don't heal from that. They don't know how to move forward for that. So that's a whole different topic.
That little lady at the hospital.
Said to stop.
Listen, I need y'all to do me a favor. So if y'all think that somebody
yeah, that's a little too hard by the little.
I ain't think about that little lady. She ain't little for one thing. But if y'all think that somebody that you know can benefit from this, can y'all tag them in this now and then share this as well?
Share the live.
I think it was a good conversation. I think it was a great conversation. They really made it. They really kept it going.
And we appreciate it.
Oh, so let me share this, and we'll come off of this. We have come to 1 year of How to Make Love Work. So we are preparing to celebrate our 1 year. What up, hey Rondon? Hey man, I appreciate you, man. What Rondon just said?
He said you can take an L, but believe you can win again.
Absolutely. Yes.
Joe, I'm not gonna allow you to talk about my friend on this live.
What did he say?
My wife didn't break my heart. She blew it up, but she fixed it.
I know that's right. What Erica said.
Well, that's just one side of the benefits of healing from heartbreak. There are some who heal and remain happy with Jesus alone. Hut, glory.
That's a lie. I just need Jesus and Jesus alone, and they looking.
I said there's some old people that don't want their grave.
Looking.
What up? They was happy with Jesus.
Thanking
alone.
Jesus while they looking.
You wrong with that?
Thank Jesus. What my godmama told me, my godmama is 81, and she said, I said, no, you need to take a break. She had a birthday party and she just did all this type of cooking and everything. She was just tired. I said, godmama, you gonna need to take at least about a week break. I said, I'll send you somebody over here that can help ease the ailments. And my godmama said, I don't want nobody. I'm good. Got favor with God. She said, just make sure, you know, he got a little money.
Yeah.
She said, I just want a companion now. I wasn't doing all the other stuff. I just want me to companion. Companion, take me to Home Depot and all this and stuff. Maybe he look good now. No Jesus, no long, nothing.
Yeah, we had a good conversation today, too. I can tell you about that off camera. I want to let me know the tea.
She said, that's definitely a lie.
I know that's right.
Diane Thompson,
hey, how are you?
We're going to see you Sunday. I can't wait to see y'all Sunday, Miss Diane. All right, so share this. We're going to talk about, so we are
celebrating 1 year, guys.
It's
been 1 year since we started this. A whole year.
We've been doing these How to Make Love Work conversations with Jared and Marquita for a year.
Give us some hearts, because I'm excited about it. You guys keep encouraging us to keep coming back and to just keep sharing our life experiences and just to really encourage others. So thank you guys for joining us. A whole year y'all been rocking with us. Yay. Yeah,
that's what's up. So, all right. Cedric say a whole lot. Jesus is not here for our physical needs. I need a warm, soft bun for my hot dog.
Oh, my God.
Boy, y'all, please pray for Cedric.
Okay, everybody stretch your hands to the camera. Oh, my goodness.
So we're going to do some things to celebrate our 1 year anniversary. But if y'all can shout us out on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, do that. What's up, Curling? Curling has a podcast.
Hi, Curling.
Curling, please. Can you put?
Yeah, you can tag it in.
And matter of fact, put in the comments now what your podcast is, so everybody can go and holler at you and listen to your podcast. Yeah, we're gonna figure out Terry, how we can be live Sunday in that space. It's not as conducive with our equipment, but we're gonna bring it, and we're gonna try to be live Sunday. It may not sound as good, but we're gonna definitely be live. Yeah. So all right, y'all go holler at Curleen, my classmate there. She has a podcast, incredible podcast called Motivate to Move. Right. Go look it up and go check it out. Y'all shout us out on Facebook for our 1 year anniversary. We started off kissing when we ended. So we'll do that.
This big old hat in the way.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace up. Thanks.